Irish Yogurt's Clonakilty. Try a spoonful of delicious.
We're getting fault on Ashkari Clon online. We're delighted to have Eunice power in the kitchen because, Eunice, you are whipping up a storm today for us.
I have. I have an alternative Christmas cake for you. So it's a cranberry and orange cake. And it's absolutely lovely, and it's a really nice, moist texture. So I'm using some natural yoghurt from Irish Yogurt's Clonakilty. So I'm going to start off with my dry ingredients. I've some regular flour, 325 grams of regular flour.
Has that been sieved and everything?
No, it hasn't.
No.
I didn't sieve the flour. I'm just being honest with you.
Okay.
I didn't sieve it.
And
There's some things I do sieve.
Is it better or worse, or does it really matter for this one?
No, it doesn't matter for this one.
Okay.
It's kind of a batter, okay? So then I put in some 275 grams of caster sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a little pinch of salt, okay? And then I'm going to give these a little mix around. And then my wet ingredients, here I'm going to, first of all, start off with some yoghurt. So this is a kilo tub of yoghurt. And I'm putting in 250 grams, which is how much? Approximately a quarter of the tub.
Yeah, look at the silkiness of it.
Yeah. And then here we've got some eggs, two nice free-range eggs. Got them flying through eggs at the moment.
Are they your own, Eunice?
They're not, no. No. Fox was too fond of my hen. So. And then I've got 160 mils of oil.
What type of oil is that, Eunice?
Sunflower oil.
Sunflower
yep.
oil, yeah.
And you could use vegetable oil. I wouldn't use olive oil, it's too heavy. And then I've got some orange juice, 35 mils of orange juice. And I'm just going to whisk these up together.
Yeah.
Just to bind them. And next then in here, I'm going to just grate in an orange rind. So,
Lovely.
It's a bit unstable. I love the smell of orange at Christmas time.
Yeah, it's really Christmassy.
Yeah, we're drying them out all the time to decorate Christmas cakes with. In fact, I brought some with me now for this cake as well.
So how many Christmas cakes did you make this year, Eunice?
Well, it's the Royal We.
Oh.
Yeah, about 50, I'd say.
50?
And Roisin decorated them yesterday. I say she decorated about 40 yesterday.
Yeah.
And she was at it all day. She's like a plasterer. She could actually plaster a house after that.
She's done so much of it. That's good fun. It's an exciting time of year as well.
I love the smells in the kitchen.
Yeah, same as that.
So there you go. Grated the rind of an orange, and next I'm going to add in my cranberries. So the cranberries, I've tossed them in a little bit of flour. Just to, when you toss them in a little bit of flour, they tend not to fall to the bottom. Now I have 350 grams of cranberries in here, and actually that's what you buy in a bag. You know, when you buy a bag of cranberries.
Do you have to wash them or anything beforehand, Eunice?
I gave them a little rinse in a sieve, and then I just dry them out.
That's it.
And so I'm going to just stir that in.
So plenty of cranberries inside here.
Yeah, and then we're going to, plenty of cranberries. I want to be generous.
Yeah.
And then, now I find actually cranberries are great. They don't generally fall to the bottom, they stay on top.
So they're nice and dispersed throughout the whole cake.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Now, there you go. So I'm just going to mix this together.
Lovely. You want to see you busy and chips?
We are, we're starting to get busy now because people are coming to Dungarvan to do their Christmas shopping and it's a little buzz around the place. It's a great town for shopping.
Yeah. Is there a great Christmassy feel around?
Oh, yeah, the lights are lovely and along the quay it's just beautiful. I'd be so proud of, being from there.
Yeah, because I passed through Dungarvan last night coming home from Carlow. And I was between two. I said, "Will I call into Eunice now for
you should
a
have,
bag of chips?" And then I just get to drive over and do it because I was afraid that the weather was getting very, very cold and I didn't want to be driving late.
It was absolutely freezing this morning. In fact, I was walking in the hills this morning and the clouds were up. There was kind of a mist. There was a kind of a frost, and I felt like I was on top of the world. It was lovely.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to pop this into a 9-inch tin, 22 centimetres. However, you can make the cake in a wider tin if you want to, like a 10-inch tin, and then just adjust the cooking time accordingly. Oh, God almighty, I didn't get in right, and there was a tiny bit of flour there.
Yeah.
And
that's okay. This happens to people at home as well, Eunice.
Yeah. And so there you go. And we pop this in the oven for about 40 minutes at 180. Now, if you make the cake, if you make it in a slightly larger tin, it may take a little bit. It might take a little bit less time.
Will you be using the skewer test anyway?
We will, absolutely. So set your oven for 30 minutes and check it. And I kind of hollow it out a little bit in the centre, just to, because it rises a tiny bit, but after you cook it then it'll fall back down again.
It'll go back down again.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So then I want to make an icing for the top of the cake.
Here's one we had earlier.
This is one I made earlier. Came out of the oven there about an hour ago. Looks great.
Should you leave it that length of time before you do anything to it?
Absolutely. You want it to be completely cool, at least an hour before. I'll pop that one in the oven in a second. It needs to be completely cool. before you put the icing on. So in the icing, I've got some icing sugar. Now, I definitely sieve the icing sugar. You have to sieve icing sugar, okay? Next then, I've got 200 grams of cream cheese, and I've got some butter. The butter has to be at room temperature. It has to be nice and soft, okay? That's really, really important. And then...
so this is a kind of a buttercream.
A buttercream icing, but I'm going to finish it with some crème fraîche. It's lovely. Now, in this icing, you can pop in some orange juice, a tablespoon of orange juice, but actually I'm going to put in some of this orange flower water because you were so fond of it the last time I was on the show.
It was lovely.
It was lovely.
And can you get that in any supermarket?
You can get it in, well, in Dungarvan, you can buy it in Blasta, in a lot of supermarkets you can, in bigger supermarkets you can get it, you know?
Yeah.
So, this
and the bottle will last you years.
no, it won't. If
Will it not?
Not if you're baking all the time, it won't, no.
That's true.
So I'm just going to give this a quick little whisk. Try and mind my clothes. I'm not covered in icing sugar. Now, this cake also I have made in the past. So this comes together really nicely like that, okay? Now, I've made it in the past, and I've made it as muffins.
Yes.
And this icing is delicious on the muffins as well. So here I've got our crème fraîche, 100 grams of crème fraîche, and this is going to give a lovely silkiness to the icing.
Lovely.
Now, I would recommend you put this in the fridge for about an hour before you use it, okay?
Yeah.
So over here, I've got some icing that I made earlier.
The fancy stuff for the top.
Yeah, now, so I'll pop my icing on here so it's nice and soft.
So an hour in the fridge, as you say,
An hour in the
it'll
fridge.
turn out like this.
Turn out like this. And it's nice and runny because I like it kind of to be sort of nice. And like, I want this to be almost like, you know,
Look at the
a
silkiness.
sauce kind of, you know, with the cake. Not so much a sauce. But in a way, some icings are quite hard on top. Like, I want this to be lovely and runny.
This won't go harder at all, Eunice.
No, it won't. This is as it is now.
As it is, okay.
Yeah. So next then, I'm going to pop on some oranges that I dried.
How do you dry them, Eunice?
Well, actually, I have a little thing called a dehydrator, but you can dry them in the bottom of your oven.
Okay. And we just put them on a tray. Do you put anything into the tray with them or just leave them
No,
there?
just leave them as they are and leave them dry out overnight. Now, okay, so these are fab, but what I did was I got some cranberries and I just literally dipped them in a little bit of egg white.
Yeah.
And then I doused them in sugar and I left them out overnight to dry. And I just thought they looked really nice and Christmassy.
Very, very Christmassy altogether, yeah.
And then I'm not looking up now, but I might...
Yeah.
So that's some cranberry, so that's some rosemary there. Again, the same treatment.
So egg white and sugar.
Egg white and sugar.
Lovely.
And I see you're preparing there.
I'm preparing, They're preparing me.
I bet you they are. I don't even want to look up. Yeah. Now, I'm going to...
Your gas, Eunice.
I know it's better off not to, because otherwise you...
Yeah. I know.
You...
We've plenty of time.
No. Okay.
Well, look at this.
Look at
this.
that. It's not just gorgeous, it's so pretty. So you've got these lovely kind of decorations on top, and then you've got the pretty cranberries all the way through, and I'm going to just decorate that one specially for you, Dahi.
Thank you very much, Eunice.
There you go.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Lovely.
With all the lovely cranberries throughout the cake, and the lovely icing as well on the topping.
Yum, yum.
Oh, Eunice. Oh, my God. Eunice, that's gorgeous.
Isn't it? And it's
cake itself is beautiful.
It's so tasty, isn't it? But isn't the orange blossom water lovely in the icing? It gives it that little bit of sort of je ne sais quoi, you know. And now you can, of course, put in orange juice as well.
Eunice, thank you very much.
Okay.